Perfect day for leaving me. It's breaking, but I don't wanna know. The world inside my head whirls around the things you said, trying to forget about what you don't say. I don't wanna know.
Alright, it's currently Sunday. It is the 11th of May. And just wrapped up a good week. It's not too bad, but this week I want it to be a whole lot better. And the bigger thing I've realized is I'm not being that intentional with the time that I'm having. I'm not being proactive. I'm being more like reactive. For example, like sales calls are booking onto my calendar and I'm taking those, but it's not leaving me any time to do any of the other things that are actually growing, the business that I want to grow, building the social media marketing agency, and sometimes even setting aside time for the gym. Like I'm not doing any of these things as well as I could be. And the last week, my routine kind of crumbled a little bit because, there'd be some days I'd be staying up super late because sales calls get booked into my calendar really late. That would mean I then have to eat super late too, and then I got to bed really late, and then I wouldn't be able to wake up super early in the morning to go to the gym because I'd only have like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So this week is gonna be much more about like being intentional with my time and really setting aside the time I need to beforehand to make sure the things that have to get done do actually get done. So that means doing cold calls consistently every single day. That means going to the gym, no questions, every single day. And that also means setting aside time for, reviewing the team's performance and helping them out as well. So that is the plan for this week. It's Sunday, gonna go to bed pretty soon, gonna have a bit of food, sort out my calendar and get to bed. And hopefully this week is a lot better than the last. Okay, we just wrapped up the onboarding for that big software client. So that went really well, went really smooth, showed him how to use absolutely everything. So he's all set up and ready to go. He just needs some email domains set up for him so we can start doing loads of these emails. So we're just gonna get a list together right now for him. Well, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm alright. How are you doing?
Good, man. Good to meet you. Good to meet you, man. It's first time seeing each other around. You able to do something a bit later in the day? I'll send over an invitation. I'll send it over so you can accept that and it'll be on your calendar. Okay, that call was was rescheduled in the end. The guy was at a conference so he couldn't take the call. I'm gonna crack out an hour and a half of cold calls.
Please leave your message for...
So another one down. Next one.
Hi, you've reached Catherine Arnstein from Energy Bits. Sorry I missed your call.
What I'm doing here is I'm actually going through viewing the company real quick. So I got a whole list of about 1,400 contacts from the CEOs, C-level people within supplement businesses. And all of these businesses are doing at least $2 million a year in revenue. So it's a pretty cool list, just trying to get these business owners to pick up.
Hello?
Hi, is that Mariam?
Who's this?
Hi Mariam, it's Giles here. I know you're busy, so I'll keep it quick. But could you... Clicked on. I shouldn't even know who I am. I could have been like, hey, I have $5 million for you, for free, no strings attached. You know what, I need some water. Wow, it's 10 calls. 10 calls so far, 1 conversation, 0 set calls. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, when I get to the point where I'm, an actual successful business owner, I think I'll always accept cold calls. Like, I want to make it hard for people to get my number, but if someone actually does get my number, and then they call me, like, I'm gonna take the cold call. Because, like, what's the worst that can happen? Because people forget to realize that, like, people that are cold calling have, a lot of the time, a good service to provide. Like, a good service to offer. But, hey, it is what it is.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you... Hello?
Hi, is that...
Speaking.
Awesome. Yeah, it's Giles here. I know you're busy, so I'll be quick. But could you guys handle an extra like 30% in orders in the next 60 days?
Actually, no, we can't.
You can't?
we're changing our formulation, etc. So we're really, hauling back until we're changing the whole shebang.
Interesting.
So we're not advertising, etc., etc.
Sounds good.
I'm on the golf course right now. We're all ready to putt.
You better be shooting under. Alright. I'll reach out to you.
Alright. Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye-bye. I'll put it in the pipeline. Honestly, solid. Changing formula. I think the biggest learning from today, I just need to call people a bit earlier in the day, because right now, like, it's kind of towards the end of the day, but all these businesses, aren't really picking up at this time. So yeah, I'm gonna try and reach out a little bit earlier. Cool, let's smash out a couple more. Hi, is that?
Who's calling?
Yeah, hi, it's Giles here. I know you're busy, so I'll keep it quick. But could you handle an extra 30% in orders in the next 60 days? Click on. Well, there we have it. That is 25 cold calls. I know it's nothing crazy, but yeah, 25 cold calls, 3 conversations, and 0 set calls, unfortunately. But that's the way the game goes sometimes. I think one thing I've learned from today is basically do the calls a bit earlier in the day. All right, we're wrapping up the Monday. Honestly, pretty terrible day for the team, I'm not gonna lie. But the big thing I've literally just spent the last 3 hours on, and I promised myself that I would go to bed early tonight, and I ended up getting distracted. Doing something very productive. I've got 1,000 contacts altogether from Zoom Info. Got a whole list of all these different businesses, and they're all in the supplements niche. So I put all these different parameters in. I'm literally adding this in. Took a lot of time, but it's gonna be hella worth it. And I'm still gonna make dinner, and it's currently like coming up to midnight. There we go, they're all in queue. So the way it works is all these emails now get verified. So they're gonna check basically, if I send an email to them, is it actually gonna send? Because if you send loads of emails to people and the email isn't actually correct, then what ends up happening is it really hurts your email. Like every time you see something in spam, they have not set up their emails properly.
Sorry about it today, bro.
It's all good, he's not here just yet anyway. With this, we posted a video every day for 120 days straight. If you tried to post 120 videos, you did one video every single day for the next 120 days, how much work would you get done in the business?
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's just not realistic for you guys to do it. Right now, it is day 2, we're doing 25 cold calls every single day. So, let's get to it. We've got a lead list here, we've got a bunch of leads that we put together last night, so time to start dialing. I used to get like super nervous for these cold calls, but honestly, it just, with repetition, it just becomes normal. It's like, what's the worst they're gonna say? They're just gonna say like, like they can tell me some pretty rough stuff, but it's like, I just don't really care. It doesn't really affect me, so I might as well just call them.
Please leave your message for 71.
Yeah.
Perfect. It's Giles here. I know you're busy, so I'll be quick. But could you still handle an extra 30% in orders in the next 60 days?
Say that again?
Yeah, could you handle an extra 30% in orders in the next 60 days?
Of course.
You could. Awesome.
Are you guys a 3PL?
We're not a 3PL, no. We don't do logistics or anything. But we actually help fitness and wellness brands basically get more orders without you guys having to do anything extra yourselves. Okay, things are tip top, or there's no way it could physically be improved whatsoever?
Yeah, things are going good now, but I appreciate it, brother.
Alright man, well look Ryan, you have a good day. Alright,
Yeah.
chat to you later.
Sorry, kids, I can't hear you at all. Repeat from me back.
All cool, sounds good, see you later, bye bye. So I texted him saying, hey George, just tried to call. Sounds like you're out and about. Hi, what's up? I was trying to cool, haha. Love the fact you're getting people off nicotine and having healthier vape alternatives. There's definitely some things we can do to help you grow. No worries, but like, you're not interested unless you're offering me free money. Might have a money tree sat around somewhere. Like, you just gotta make it light. Like, you gotta make it like you're not a salesperson. Send me his email, shoot me an email with whatever, I'll review it. I was like, I give it too short, help other companies and brands do this, and that. There's no way if you've done any better, that's fair enough, but if there's room for improvement, that'd be worth a quick chat. I would need a new approach, a medium or something to be interesting. So if you tell me what and how in rough terms, and it's not more of the same, we can set up a call. There we go. So, $25, technically 27, but $25. Convos, we had 5, 6, 7, sets, none, but we've got one currently in the works right now. 3 of those calls were actually decent. One of them wants me to call tomorrow, but this one here, I'll take a look. And he hearted the message, so we'll see. That's gonna be a wrap. Gonna do some of the stuff that's not agency related now, because I've got a bunch of fires to put out, so right. Time to get to it. Right, it's Wednesday morning. We got a fairly light day on the calendar today, but there's a lot of extra stuff outside. Just wrapped up a call with my attorney to be talking about, getting my visa application sorted for the US, which is gonna be good. I've got a couple calls that are gonna be running for the next sort of 4 or 5 hours. So I've just been talking to the developer as well for a software company, and he wants me to do a bit of manual sort of correction of our AI to make sure that we're getting the best prompts possible, so that when people are sending out emails, like, they're getting something that's gonna be really, really, really good. So I'm gonna start working on that. Got some new videos to record too for the platform as well, so people know how to use the software. I'm gonna do some more demo videos with that. Okay, that brand new email campaign that I literally just set up like yesterday or a couple days ago, it's got its first good reply. Let's go. Alright, just short text. Can't do Zoom. Can't do Zoom, can we talk in regular line? Hey, hello, how are we doing? Good. What's happened to your phone?
No. What happened was I was horseback riding, and my phone was in my pocket, and it popped out.
Okay, cool. What do you guys think is the best thing that's working for you at the moment? Like, where do you get most of your customers from? But we've got it pretty dialed in at this point. So if you guys sell a lot already through these sort of major stores like CVS, Drug Mart, that's great. But do you guys sell a lot through your website, or what kind of percentage would you say goes through there? Yeah, we can do something like that. I think for me as well, it'd be good to get our CEO on the call too, so we can give you sort of the full rundown too. I think if we get everyone on the same call together, everyone's on the same page with everything.
Yeah, are you doing Zoom or Team?
We do Zoom. Zoom's our thing.
If I feel something good can happen for a company, I'll jump on it. So
Yeah.
send it over to me, and I'll get back to you with an email and a response once I speak with her. All right, buddy. Thanks
Awesome.
a lot.
All right. Catch you soon. Have a safe flight. I'm gonna send them over an email now to confirm a couple of details, and then we'll get something scheduled in for Friday. So this email stuff works. It's good. So I've actually been going back and forth with the team on this one, and this is what they're saying. Set up for all this. This is a huge one because they're literally not running any ads on any platform whatsoever. Literally pitching like 10K plus 20% rev share. Website's terrible. Yeah, we can fucking kill this. Perfect client. Yeah. It's currently 15th of May. And the last few days has been interesting. The real focus of this week has been like staying intentional with the inputs, right? Staying intentional with what I'm doing, being proactive with my time rather than being reactive. And I noticed a few things. Like the things that I put in my calendar that I've told myself I'm really gonna do, like I've gone and done it, and I've been intentional with that. For example, doing 25 cold calls per day. The days I put that on my calendar and I've set it as a non-negotiable, I've gone and done it. But then yesterday, I didn't end up doing it. There's a few other things I did instead, which is really good, but I think I missed out on. I haven't been to the gym in like a few days, and like I feel really bad for it, which is why right now, even though it's like 10 a.m., I'm gonna go to the gym anyway, even though I probably should be working. It's like playing on my sort of mental a bit, and I think if I just get to the gym, do an hour workout, like a leg day, that'll fix me right up. So I need to fix the sleep. The only way I fix that is just going to bed earlier, which means cooking dinner earlier, which means doing all my end of day stuff and just not fucking around when it gets to that set of time. So those are some big things. Sleep, gym, cold calls have been good, right? That's been a big bonus. I've done 25 cold calls on Monday and Tuesday. I didn't do them yesterday, but I'm gonna do them again today, and I'm gonna do them again tomorrow. And then that'll be 100 cold calls for the week, which, don't get me wrong, is nothing crazy, but it's a good amount of progress compared to what I was doing before. Anyway, enough of the yap. I don't know how much I'll put this in, but I'm gonna head out to the gym. Doing this after leg day sucks. We're on floor 9. 2 more to go. There we go. Alright, I have about 20 minutes here before my next call, so I'm gonna do some cold calls real quick before this comes up, and yeah, gonna get it going. So let me pull up the lead sheet here. Emails can change, things can work differently. Some things work, some things don't work, but over time, one thing that always remains constant is human psychology, right? So whatever ends up happening, the human psychology element to everything is always going to remain the exact same. What do I mean by that? Where it's like, for example, one of the attention hooks you can use is like opening a loop, right? Like if you ever kind of watched that where there's been a really good hook to maybe like a YouTube video, or there's been, like a really good hook on like a TikTok video, or just something that made you read it and you're like, shit, I gotta read the rest of this, right? It's kind of that sort of thing, and it's never gonna change. What will change is the actual content that is in that hook, like what is the actual hook itself, but the principle of it, which is basically opening a loop and keeping you on the edge, that's always gonna be the same. So it's like, you don't wanna copy and paste someone else's script, you just wanna copy the framework or the idea, right? The idea that, okay, this is a psychological sort of flaw almost that humans have, is that when they see something that's open and there's like an open loop, they're always going to remember that, right? Just like if you have a big to-do list of tasks, the things that aren't done yet and that need to get done, they stay on your mind, right? But once you've actually completed something and it's done, you've closed the loop, suddenly it's no longer in your mind as much. And sometimes it's even hard to remember. And that's really what it means by opening the loop and closing the loop. Weird ass day today. Again, one of those days where no sales. Went from doing $750 yesterday in commissions to absolutely nothing today. And it just kind of goes like that sometimes. But today it was really annoying. It was like there was no time to do anything to actually make any money. It was all like onboarding people that had already paid, or it was, just doing presenting stuff, basically just doing all this like fulfillment stuff, because my job isn't usually fulfillment. Like my job is usually like sales, consulting, things that actually generate income. But I was just doing fulfillment today, which is not fun because I did not get paid for that. So look, I helped a lot of people, but ultimately I didn't really, push the needle forward that much in terms of what I'm doing. So yeah, be a bit more of a focus for tomorrow, just to try and get that in. It's been a weird week, to be honest. I was just chatting to our operations manager about everything, and he feels like it's been a weird week too. But anyway, we'll finish up tomorrow strong. It'll be Friday tomorrow, so we're going to finish up strong. And then I've got to edit this. Again, I feel like it's been a weird one to edit because there's just not much like substance here. I know I said I'm going to do 25 agency calls today, and I didn't do it just because there was so much other shit that ended up happening. But it shouldn't be an excuse. I did, however, manage to go to the gym, right? And that literally took it out of me. That was a deathly workout. I was pretty sure I was going to pass out, but hey, we're back into the rhythm now. So tomorrow, it's a bit earlier today, so it's only like midnight right now. So I'm going to go to bed right now, wake up at 7, and hit the gym hard. Tomorrow, have a good workout. And yeah, we'll make tomorrow the last day of the vlog. I'll do a little sort of video tomorrow too. But yeah, tomorrow's going to be good. Update on the agency side of things. What's going on with the agency clients? So I did call that one that we were talking about last video. I called him up today. He got on the phone, and he was quite surprised about the price. He said it was quite expensive, and we're not cheap, right? That's one thing. We're not cheap, but we do have a lot of experience with what we do. So he was having a bit of like nervousness, maybe not nervousness. He was having a bit of apprehensiveness around the sort of pricing of everything, saying he'd worked with an agency before and they were much cheaper, but did they work, right? No. So it's gonna be a case of reframing him to be comfortable spending a little bit more to actually get the kind of quality that he actually needs. So I'm gonna send him an email over tomorrow, because he had to dash whilst he was on the call. We'll see what he does with that, and then we'll follow up with him Monday with a phone call, I think, and then we'll try and seal the deal there and then. But now I know what his objection is, I can actually prep for it. So anyway, my objection on that, I think it's closable. I think we can get that deal done. It's just a case of getting him into the right headspace where he's happy to, invest the money. The other client, the big one, the potential sort of 40K per month client, that one, texted him today, didn't get back to me yet, which is, annoying, but I'm gonna email him tomorrow. And then if he doesn't do anything by kind of a close of day, I'll probably just shoot him a call as well. So yeah, I'll email him in the morning. If not, I'll just shoot him a phone call later on the day. We'll try and get something in the calendar sorted because he really wants the help, and for us, that's a huge, huge, huge client. Now, one other thing I'll talk about with this real quick is I spoke about like the future kind of plans with what I'm going to be doing. Again, with the guy that sort of runs the whole company, Renee, I was speaking with him last night because we got talking about this big ass client, because that's a huge opportunity. And he was saying like, yo, there's no need to do like any sort of sales anymore once you close that deal. Like if you're making 20K a month, like passively from that deal, what's the point? Like why spend another 10, 12, 14 hours per day on calls when I can just make that money passively? Because I'm only doing that part for the money realistically. But if I can make that passively, and then I have all that extra time on my hands, I've proven the system of the agency, and at that point I can just focus on landing clients for the agency. I'll just roll the clip.
Close this agency client, fuck everything else, you only do agency. Because now you're good, you make 20K a month or something, right? Like, you're good. Wait for them to like succeed first, but like close your first big client, and then you start focusing only on partner stuff. So as soon as you can live off of only partners, now you're like, okay, I'm only going to do partners, fuck all the sales costs. Because it's a waste of your time. If you can make more money just doing partners, like you have a skill I never had, which is cold calling Yeah, so you don't have to do onboard, you don't do anything. You literally make fucking 12K passive.
And then just spend the whole day just fucking cold
They're all
calling.
good clients. Like, here's the thing.
So heard it from the man himself. He's just like, yo, like you make that much money, you know, without doing sales calls, just fucking do that and then focus on the things that are going to get more clients in. Because then the thing is, if I can just be cold calling, let's say for like 200 dials every single day, I can just buy loads more email domains. I'll just buy like, you know, a couple hundred and I can absolutely slam these campaigns out. And I can just then get like an appointment setter, or I can do lots of different things and really just grow the, what's called like the partnership or the agency, right? And if I can do that, then that's going to put me in a really solid position to get to number one, that 30K a month mark by the time I leave South America. And number two, that's also going to put me in a position where by the end of the year, I can be making 100 grand a month. So it's just a case of trying to get these clients closed. I'm close to making that happen. I'm not there yet, but I'm close. Yeah, it's just a bit of a grind right now. It's just, this is the grind that like a lot of people kind of give up in. Because I've been through this cycle. I've been through this whole cycle multiple times. Like when you start something new, you have this like optimism coming into it where, oh, like it's going to be super easy. You can make so much money. You can do all this sort of stuff. Everyone has this crazy optimism, right? It's like called uninformed optimism, as Alex Hormozy calls it. This is where you start, you have all this like, oh yeah, the grass is greener here. I see all the opportunity. People are making money. That's uninformed optimism, right? You're optimistic about something when you don't understand everything about it yet. And then what happens is you go up and then it starts to come back down again. And that's called informed pessimism, right? Where you're negative about it because you start to know about the negatives, right? Where you know about the grind and how much work there is actually to be done. That's the informed pessimism, because you know that it's not going too well. And that dip is where most people get stuck, because they go up and then they come down and they assume it's over. They go down. Now, the thing that separates people that always go hop, hop, hop between different things, and something that I did is then go and try the next thing, and then try the next thing, and then try the next new thing, is that when they hit that rock bottom point, the informed pessimism, they stop. But the thing that changes, and the thing that's different between people that actually win in the long run and people that don't, is that those people, when they had that informed pessimism, didn't stop. Because then suddenly you start to go into the next phase, which not that many people get into, which is called informed optimism. It's when you have the information, you have the data, and you start to figure out what's actually working, so you can make informed decisions, and you know how to actually get to the goal where you originally wanted to get to. And that's when you go from the downward back up again. So I'm in the downward part right here because I haven't yet to make any money from the agency. However, I'm kind of getting into that phase of like the informed optimism. It's like now I'm seeing, like I've had calls book in, I've seen the process, I've seen the progress. So I just need to get that one actually closed, and then that proves the concept, and then that starts the full upward trajectory. And this could happen on Monday. This could happen tomorrow. This could happen a week from now, a month from now. It might even happen a year from now. I really hope it doesn't take that long, right? Because that means I wouldn't be able to hit the 100K a month mark. But the point is, it doesn't matter how long it takes. As long as you get there, and as long as that you are doing every single thing in your power to get there as fast as you can, right? Making the right decisions, doing the right things. It doesn't really matter. Like, I don't really care if it takes 1 day or 1 week or 1 month. At the end of the day, I'm going to put in as much effort as I can into getting these clients across the line. Follow up with them hard, right? Reach out to them. Continue on reaching out to other businesses too. But that's the way that you do it. So for anyone who's thinking about hopping onto the next thing or this new thing or that new thing, just remember, it's like, where are you on that scale? Like, are you at the start where you got this uninformed optimism where you're super excited about starting something new and you just don't really understand anything about it? are you kind of feeling pretty negative about it? Because you start to understand, oh, this isn't actually as easy as I thought. Oh, like I actually got sold this dream, but it's not all this. It's not all what it's supposed to be. Are you there? In which case, are you just going to give up? Like, you're just not going to wait until you figure it out to actually like get better and actually start making money with it? You're just going to give up. And then, or are you at the point where it's like things are starting to actually work out, but maybe you're not sure like how well it's actually going to work out? Because at that point, you just got to keep going. You're starting to figure it out. You're starting to get past that informed pessimism stage. You got to stick with it because you're so close. So that is the life cycle, and that's why so many people end up doing nothing. It's because it's just up, down, up, down, up, down. And they think they've hit the next new thing when they see the little up again. And the worst thing is with this, and I'm taking this all from Alex Hormozy, the worst thing is with this is that when you get up to that top part and you go down and you crash and you go on to the next thing, it creates the habit. Someone just commented on the last video, oh, I don't make decisions quickly, like it's just something I can't do. That's a habit. The speed of decisions is a habit. And you just got to remember, like, if you're not in a position you want to be in life, like, you can't make decisions the same way you have been up until this point. If you're not happy with where you're at, if you think you can be doing a whole lot more and you're not genuinely satisfied, like if you look at yourself and say, right, on a scale of 1 to 10, with how happy I am in terms of like where I'm at in life, if you were like anything less than like an 8 or a 9, you have a decision-making process that does not help you and is not right, and you have to change it. And it's not easy to change a decision-making process because that's a habit. But to break a habit, you have to take actual conscious action. So when you get that voice in your head that says, no, I'm not going to take this decision, like, you go and take it, you go and do it. If you need to go and invest some money into a business to go and start it, but you've just never done that before, maybe you should go and do it. The one thing you've been avoiding, the one thing that you've been trying to stay away from, that's probably the one thing that you should go and do. And I think everyone probably knows that one thing that they should be doing, but they don't. I'm kind of surprised at this because I barely have any views on this channel, right? Like, it's brand new. And like my whole goal with this channel is not to get many views at all. Like, I don't really care. That's why I said, like, if you want to subscribe, like, subscribe. If you want to like, I really don't care, because this is for me to look back on in like a few years' time to like see what I've actually been doing. And if you want to sort of follow along and watch it and get any sort of value out of it, go for it. But someone actually messaged me from the first video that I posted. Anyone can check the comments on that video and see it. But what was his name? Yeah, this guy here. His name's like Big RP on YouTube. And then he messaged me on Instagram, and I was just sending him like loads of voice notes because there was a lot of stuff that I feel like I experienced, he's experiencing. Yeah, we were literally just going back and forth, like, for ages by DM. You know, just trying to give him some game, because I think everyone's in the same situation. You know, everyone sees all these opportunities online, these different things that you can do to try and make money, these different opportunities and everything else. And it's like, so many people get stuck in this process of just get the next one, get the next one, get the next one. It's like, if you literally just lock in on one thing, and it doesn't matter what you do. If you want to follow in my tracks and get into sales and consulting and that side of things, go for it. If you want to do social media marketing, you want to start an AI agency, you even want to do like trading or e-commerce, whatever you do, it does not matter what you do. You just have to start something. And it won't be the perfect decision, and you probably won't do that thing forever. But there's no way that you'll ever find out what you want to do if you never start something. This whole notion of like, oh, I want to make sure like I'm going to enjoy it. How will you ever know until you ever even do the thing? How will you ever know if you're going to enjoy something until you actually go and do it? It's like saying I'm going to like the taste of the food. I'm only going to eat the food if I like the taste of it. It's like, hang on, you can't know how it's going to taste until you actually take a bite. So it's just a flawed mentality. So you have to just take raw, like just relentless action with everything that you do. And you're never going to have the perfect information to do anything. You're never going to have the perfect decision. Everything's going to feel uncomfortable. Everything's going to feel weird. Everything's going to feel wrong. Mostly wrong. Until you actually go and do it. And it will feel like you probably made the wrong decision until it actually works. And you've got to be comfortable with feeling that way every single day for weeks, for months on end, until you actually make it work. And that's the harsh reality, and that's why so many people don't succeed. Because taking it a step further, there is a reason why, I don't know, I had someone tell me this on the call the other day. They were like, oh, well, like, I don't want to do this because businesses have like a 90% failure rate or something. I was like, I literally asked them, I was like, do businesses fail or do people fail? Like the businesses you're referring to, they're one person that runs it. Do businesses fail or do people fail? I was like, well, I don't know. It's like, well, who runs the business? A person. Okay. So let me ask you again. Does the business fail or does the person fail? Person fails. Okay, cool. That's all it is. Don't scare yourself with like all these statistics. Like, are you the person that would fail or are you the person that would actually go and do the work regardless? Because that determines the business's success. If you know you're going to quit, then like just don't start it because you know you're going to be another statistic. But if you actually have a drive and you're like, you know what, I actually want to go and get up and do something with my life and really change my circumstance, whatever that is, whether you're already doing well and you want to do better, or whether you're not doing anything and you really want to just start something, wherever you are, it's like, you're never ever gonna be successful if you don't just start doing something, right? And if you don't stick with it, you don't lock in, and you don't continue putting in the work every single day. Because I'll leave you with that. People fail, businesses don't fail. So remember that. And as long as you don't fail, as long as you stick with it, you trust the process and you stay with the business, even when it's tough, even when you have those 0 days. Just like I had today, I got a 0 day today, I didn't make any money today and I still work for 12 hours. Just gotta charge it to the game. That's how it is sometimes. It's just how it be. So you gotta stick through it. You gotta stay with it. It's the only way that you win. Anyway, that's my rant. I'm gonna go to bed and I'll see you tomorrow morning. So that's pretty much gonna wrap it for this video. This week has honestly been a bit of a mixture. There's been some things that have gone really, really well and some things that haven't gone so well. For example, like going better has been the gym, like towards the end of the week. I went yesterday, went today. That was really good. Had a couple good workouts, so that's been more consistent. But then food has gone down throughout the week. Like I was cooking all my own meals at the start of the week, and then I just didn't like make the time to go to the grocery store. So I ended up just getting takeout for the last couple of days. Again, not bad takeout, but still takeout. So food has kind of gone down. Gym's gone up. Just closed a deal for like, it's another maybe couple $100 in commissions. That's nice. Nice end to everything. Just had some crazy good news about basically our payment processor. They're gonna be processing payments much faster, giving us the money back from that way quicker. So it means our cash flow is way better as well. So all good things are going on with the business. So next week should be an absolutely fire week. But anyway, in terms of where I'm at with the agency side of things, like with the landing these deals, literally this new campaign is going really well. Having some good replies from people. Literally just had one like an hour ago from someone saying, we're doing a remodeling, we're trying to make our product more unique. So I'm flagging this email because in 3 months' time we need to get you guys in to help us out. We don't have the money right now, but like we're looking for that pretty soon. So yeah, they said put me on your calendar for 3 months. So that's cool. Just adding more to the pipeline. I've got like 6, 7 clients maybe in the pipeline now. Reached out to that big client today. Again, no response, but I'm gonna reach out to him on Monday. And the other client that we talked about in the second video, the last video that we made, he should be hopefully closing soon. I sent an email to him earlier today with all the details that he wanted. It was basically a kind of speech to say, hey, like, we're not trying to get you on deliverables. We're not trying to win you over on bullet points of what we're gonna do. Like the thing we're gonna win you over on is the quality of the work that we do. Because he was saying, well, we've had an agency, we've had a company before that's done it for so much cheaper. I was like, okay, so why didn't you get the result? Right? He's like, well, what do you guys do that's different? It's like, it's not like super tangible, you know? It's not like you can just have like a bullet point of the things we do different. It's just the quality of the work that's done. Like we have a team of 14 people, we've done $75 million in online revenue. We built our own supplements company from 0 to 6 million 0 to $1 million in 6 months. It's like, these are all things that are like, you know, we're explaining. It's not just bullet points of setting things up. Anyway, all of that's been sent out. So we're gonna chase all these people down on Monday. I don't want to chase people down on the weekend. Most people don't work on the weekends. So I'm gonna chase them down on Monday. So yeah, hopefully next video, we actually seal the deal and we close that first partner client. I know I said that last time, but things are looking up on the agency side. Things are going okay on the consultancy side. We've got some big changes to the software coming out too. Some stuff that, I'll give you a really quick rundown. Basically, it's all like technical shit. I don't know. Does anyone want to like hear technical shit on here? Like, do you care about like the ins and outs of like the software that we're building? I don't know if anyone actually cares about that sort of stuff. If you care about it, just put it in the comments. Like, let me know and I can talk about it. But I feel like no one cares, so I'm probably not going to go into too much detail. If you want me to go into detail on all the technical stuff about like our software that we're building and more detail into like everything we do with the consulting and with the agency and everything else, let me know and I'll kind of go into more detail about that. But I got a feeling that no one really cares all that much. So I don't care either way. If you do care, let me know and I can talk more shit about it. Otherwise I feel like I'm just confusing people. But that's gonna be a wrap. That is the week over. I'm gonna go out for dinner tonight with my friend from Peru again because he knows some really good fucking places to go. But that's pretty much it, and we'll catch you in the next one. So if you want to see more of this shit, subscribe. If you want to like it, if you enjoyed it, like it. If you don't, dislike it. Do whatever you want to do, and we'll catch you in the next one. See you later.